How's it going there, everybody? It's Mr. Zen over here bringing you guys a brand new Eromanga Sensei episode discussion. And for today's segment, guys, we're going to be talking about is episode 4. And yes, folks, this episode was actually pretty funny. I'm not gonna lie, I actually was dying of laughter throughout some of the segments that they're actually showcasing in the episode, because the fact that the fight for Sagiri, that was actually pretty funny, because we see Masamune and we see Yamada actually still continuing their fight, but it seems that Yamada actually saw in the episode that Masamune's actual, you could say, his affectionate feelings towards Saguri was a little bit overwhelming than what she really actually thought, because apparently they finished the writing the novels, and from there you see Yamada actually, of course, we see actually how Yamada actually works with her own, how she actually does her work, or how she implements her working routine, I should say. And it's funny because of the fact that everything she does is always last minute. That's how she gets her done. That would only work if you were in college or in high school, but in the real world, I don't think so. You have to plan ahead. If you don't, some big repercussions happen. And it seems that Yamada Sensei actually tried her best, and it seems that she did her. It seems that Yamada's very good at doing erotic novels, because apparently Masamune was actually very entertained from the beginning to the end, that he actually thought like, oh man, this really is pretty good, that Eromanga Sensei would love to write this. But he actually thought wrong, because as we noticed later in the episode, Eromanga Sensei, or Sagiri, she actually was emphasizing the fact that she does not want to change authors or work with anybody else except Masamune, because both of the relationship and how they actually work well together. That she actually emphasized and explained that because she loves working with him. That's all it really was. And I honestly thought that was actually pretty interesting, seeing that. It's just the fact that Masamune he wrote what was it, like, I think a 300-page love letter to Sagiri. And it was funny because Yamada even said it herself, like, wow, this wasn't even a competition. It was more or less to say that this novel that you wrote was meant to be only read to her and her only. And I thought that was actually, whoa, that was a little intense. Like, yikes, they're getting a little bit too more romantic there. But needless to say, though, I did like the fact that Yamada was actually she was utilized very well in this episode. The way that she was comically used, and the way that she was actually helped Masamune actually confront you could say, his feelings, or get closer to his feelings, you could say. Yeah, guys. The author has he's got something wrong in his head there. Yeah, even though it's a stepbrother, stepsister kind of relationship, I'm not buying it. Sorry about that, guys. Not buying that whatsoever. But we gotta move on, guys. We gotta move on. Now, the thing I do want to talk about is the fact that Sagiri actually was improving herself throughout the whole entire episode and in the upcoming weeks. So it seems that she actually was drawing more action scenes, learning how to draw, you could say, women with more voluptuous breasts. Like, that was actually pretty interesting, guys. She was actually practicing and trying to study her art in a better sense, so she can actually please to Masamune himself. And actually, I thought that was actually pretty sweet of her, because she herself was also afraid that Masamune would actually leave her, due to the, of Masamune actually leaving and talking to another novelist or illustrator. That I thought to myself, that's actually cute, that they actually want to work together regardlessly in their own terms, that they both will sacrifice everything, even if it means going outside their own box. And it seems that Sagiri and Masamune did that in this episode. But let me know down in the comments, guys, as to what are you guys' thoughts on the anime episode. Eromanga Sensei episode 4. It's pretty good. I'm not gonna lie. I'm actually gonna continue watching it. Besides, of course, of that awkward tension between those two, but everything else, I'm loving it. I'm loving it, guys. It's funny. It's actually a pretty funny series. But let me know down in the comments, guys. And as always, hope you guys are having a wonderful Saturday, and I hope to see you guys in the next video. Peace.